One would think that with 4 years of experience on Upwork, I should know better or I shouldn't fall into losing such a huge amount as big as $62.50. But here I am, coming to share with you my experience so that somebody else wouldn't get into this trouble that I got in. Hi, my name is Adeze, your favorite low-code, no-code developer who shares tips and tricks about Upwork, what I do as an automation and workflow expert, working with tools like Zapier, Airtable, Make.com, and other platforms I've been exploring lately. So, backstory. I got a client on Upwork who was relatively new to the platform, and he hired me through someone else's referral. And I realized that he's actually a very busy person, but at the same time, he loves things done at when he wants it done. You could communicate with him and it will take him about 24 hours before he responds. And when he finally responds, he's telling you, can he get this immediately? And when you need feedback on what you've done, it will take him forever to respond. Communication was hard and it was done mainly on Upwork, which I prefer because it protects you to a great extent. But it looks like this time I wasn't protected. I was working on a full stack application development in his Airtable database, and I realized that there was something he wanted me to adjust in his interface. And from my end, I couldn't see that view. It had happened once, and I think it was fixed. When it happened the second time, which I felt was a permission issue, instead of him to communicate with me, after the screenshot of me showing him that I couldn't access this aspect of this interface he was complaining about. The next thing I saw was an ended contract. No communication, nothing of sorts. I just saw my contract was ended. And I was like, one mind was telling me that I should give an honest review about this person, but I just left it. I said I was not going to give you a review. But Upwork now notified me when the contract ended that this person had given me a review. I say, if you could end contract this way and decide to give me a review, best believe it's not a good review, because why are you ending a contract when you should be communicating with me for us to fix this issue? And he always dodged having a call with me. When I needed to show him things or just share progress report, he would not, he would even do as if he did not see that message. So it was really quite hard communicating with this client. And when I saw that I was giving a review, and in Upwork, you can't see the review your client gives you until you give them a review back. I decided to give him a review so I could see my own review that he had given me. And I just gave him a 3-star review because the major thing that accumulated to that 3-star was poor communication, unresponsive, and some other things. Guys, guess what this man gave me as review? He gave me a 1-star. And I just told myself, you were here thinking that you were not nice enough to have given him a 3-star, and here you are with a 1-star. And because I've been on the platform for 4 years and I've not had a bad review before, not because I'm great, but because I'm a great communicator. I love to fix things. I love to communicate with my clients. I love to be on the same page with them. I just love that because it's a virtual interaction. I believe that communication or calls would help us understand each other better. And because he's new there, I'm not sure he knows how things are done. I don't know. I responded to the 1-star because you have the room to respond to a client's review, whether good or bad. You have the room to respond. I responded to the review and said in details what his disposition was towards me in the course of the job. And I was polite enough because, one, I knew it was going to be out to the public for potential clients to see and for potential freelancers from his end of his profile to see. And I just didn't want to be rude. I didn't see the need for it. Thirdly, I didn't want a situation where Upwork would flag my accounts because I spoke to a client rudely. So I kept it professional, but I still stated his miscommunication and what happened that led to the abrupt end of contract. That bad review dropped my job success score on Upwork by 2%. I've been maintaining a 94% so far, and it dropped to 92%. And it bothered me so much. I didn't want it to be there. I didn't want it to scare away prospective clients because sometimes, let's be frank, you could see many five-star review and one-star review could be what will spoil your mind to work with somebody or want to hire a freelancer. I wanted it out badly. Then I remember that there was a time I heard that one of the perks of being a top-rated freelancer was that you could ask Upwork to remove a bad review for you. And so I went to research about it and look for a way to go about it. Lo and behold, when I went to do my research, I found an article that said that service had stopped last year, 2024, September. And I was like, it reached my turn. When I decided to stop them, why? It broke my heart really because it made me very moody. It made me less enthusiastic to work. I was like, what's the essence of working if I'm not going to be getting clients? And to be fair, from that period, I wasn't getting invites like I used to. My proposals were either being viewed and there were no responses. I just knew that this man had messed me up. And as at this time, I had worked 62 hours, $50. So even when he had ended the contract, my money was released, right? So I just knew that there had to be a way out, right? So I sent Upwork, their support, an email telling them the situation of things, and they said that they couldn't remove it. I was like, okay, how can we fix this? Because this is the problem I have with the client. And they're like, send the client a message. You know, my mom like, person when they communicate on top of work. Now my only one on here. Sorry for those who are not Nigerians. What I loosely said, what I said that is loosely translated to is someone who has not been responding to my work, to my message when I was working for him. Is it now that I have a complaint that he's going to listen to me? So it just broke me, and I was like, I can't continue like this. So in the course of doing back and forth, they said they were going to refund him his money. No, they said they had reached out to the client and the client complained that I didn't do my work well. I had attached screenshot of my conversation with him, letting them know the sequence of how things were. But looks like they're on the side of the client than that of the freelancer. So I realized that the only way this could be fixed, that's the review I wanted out, was to refund his money. I didn't even know. I just woke up one day to Upwork's email saying I had refunded him. I say, how? Even if it's a bad dream, I don't do bad transactions, even in dream, not to talk of in real life. So how did I refund him? And it was sad, to be honest. $62 was a big deal, or is a big deal to me. And I worked hard for that money. I had sleepless nights doing his job. So I continued with my back and forth with Upwork, sending them mails. So I had to tell them that I didn't initiate this refund. I don't understand why this refund is being initiated, and you said it's by me. And Upwork said that since there's a dispute, they thought that refunding was the best, and they refunded because I was not under the Upwork hourly protection because it was an hourly job. So they said I should verify my accounts because my account was not verified. And I freaking clicked on the link they gave me and I was verified. Like, I verified myself when I first got on the platform 4 years ago. So where exactly am I not verified? Send them a screenshot of me being verified. And they said, okay, true, I'm verified. But there are so many reasons why a client can be refunded. And one of which that I was guilty of was not adding a memo to the hourly jobs I was tracking. So Upwork has an Upwork app desktop time tracker that you use to track the jobs you are doing. I sometimes add memo. By memo now, that's description of when you're tracking for the day, you have to write a short description of what you're working on that day. The tracker can work without a description. But in a while, I've not been adding that description to the tracker when I'm tracking the job because I'm like, you're already taking a screenshot and the client will see, so why am I, not like I was adamant and didn't want to, I just felt like it was not a big deal. So I wasn't adding memo. That's the description of the job I'm doing each day, and that's where they get me. And to be fair, in their article about hourly protection, that was one of the reasons they mentioned. And I'm like, I can't continue this back and forth because there's no way Upwork is going to refund this money back to me or reverse this money back to me, because the way we've been doing back and forth with email, you would think we're communicating love letter to each other. I was already tired, and I just felt like I should better channel this energy into being productive than fighting a battle I might most likely not win. That was when I made peace with losing that money. And the client who got a refund couldn't even say anything. Probably saw it as a Christmas gift, I don't know. But one thing I was grateful for is that I didn't entirely lose. That bad review eventually left my profile, and I was happy, but my job success score did not get back to what it was before. It was still at 92%. And I'm like, if you want to collect my life too, you collect my job success score, you collect my money. Kuku collect my life and join. Because why are you not refunding me back my job success score? So this is a lesson to every freelancer out there. When you use the hourly time tracker on Upwork, please always write a description of what you're working on that day. Don't forget. If you forget, always remember that Adeze once lost money because of this. I couldn't make any claims anymore. I couldn't fight for anything anymore. All the back and forth was already draining. Only for you to, they said I was not verified. I made them there. They said this one, I made them there. When it was not time for me to grade them again, it's me that did not grade. So please, I beg you, I plead with you, always always write a memo or a description when you're using the time tracker. So I might try to add a screenshot of the time tracker I'm talking about so that you understand what I'm talking about. But it's the desktop Upwork application that you use in tracking what you're doing, so that it counts the number of hours you've used I'm talking about. So yeah, I lost that money and it hurts me, but I don't dwell on my loss for too long. I move on to the next thing. So I hope this serves as a lesson to you, to me, and to everyone there. So if you can, share this in your tech community, share this in your community where people talk about Upwork, in your community where people talk about freelancing, so that other freelancers do not fall victim of this. I beg you, nobody wants to lose money. Mine could be $62. Tomorrow, your own could be $500. Next tomorrow, your friend could be $1,000. These are big money we don't want to keep losing on this platform. So, with that being said, I want to thank you for watching my video up to this point. I hope you are an old member, you are an old soldier of this community, because the way we do it here, we engage, we draw comments, I respond, you admire my face, and we stick around for more tips and tricks and what I do as a low-code, no-code developer. Once more, my name is Adeze, and welcome to my YouTube channel.